What is the current debate surrounding Confederate monuments in Richmond? What is the current debate surrounding Confederate monuments in Richmond, Virginia? This topic has sparked a lot of conversation and emotion in recent years. Richmond was the capital of the Confederate States of America during the American Civil War. This history makes the discussion about these monuments particularly significant. Richmond once had many Confederate statues, especially on Monument Avenue. These statues honored Confederate leaders and were often seen as symbols of a lost cause narrative. This narrative portrayed the Confederacy's fight as noble while downplaying the role of slavery. However, many historians argue that the Confederacy was fundamentally about preserving slavery. In the wake of the 2017 rally in Charlottesville and the protests following George Floyd's murder in 2020, public sentiment shifted. Many people began to call for the removal of these monuments. In response, Richmond took action and removed all 10 Confederate monuments from Monument Avenue. This included the large statue of Robert E. Lee, which was taken down in 2021 and later archived in a Black History museum. The removal of these statues has led to ongoing debates. Some people believe these monuments representing heritage and should be kept or restored. Others argue they glorify a past rooted in racism and should be replaced with monuments that reflected a more inclusive history. This includes a focus on Black history and the realities of slavery. Legally, most of the Confederate monuments in Richmond were owned by the city. This means they were not under federal control. A recent federal executive order aimed at reviewing removed monuments mostly applies to federal sites. This does not directly impact Richmond statues. However, the order has reignited discussions about the future of these monuments. Some groups want to restore them, while others advocate for new public art that tells a broader story. Richmond is also considering how to use the public spaces where the Confederate monuments once stood. Proposals include creating new monuments that celebrate diverse histories and adding interpretive signs. These signs would provide context about the Civil War and its causes. The challenge is to balance historical education with community values and healing from a divided past. In summary, the debate in Richmond is about whether to restore, reinterpret, or replace Confederate monuments. This reflects larger national conversations about race, memory, and history in public spaces. Richmond's history as the former Confederate capital makes this discussion particularly important as the city works to representing its Civil War legacy in a way that acknowledges its full history.